Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the chapter nucleus. Nucleus is the central core of every atom, which contains entire positive charge and more than 99.9% of the mass of the atom. The size of the atom is 10 to the power minus 10 meter, whereas the size of a nucleus is of the order of 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So, the most of the space around the nucleus of an atom is empty space. For the measurement of atomic mass, we have certain devices. They are known as mass spectrometer. Mass spectrometer. Two commonly used mass spectrometers are Aston and Bainbridge. They are used to measure the atomic masses. Kilogram is not a convenient unit for measuring atomic mass or nuclear mass, so we use atomic mass units. AMU. Or simply we write it as 1U. What is one atomic mass unit? One atomic mass unit is defined as 1 by 12 the mass of an atom of C612 isotope. So, kilogram is not a convenient unit in nuclear physics or atomic physics. So, we use atomic mass unit for measuring the mass of atom and nucleus and even the elementary particles. But the definitely one atomic mass unit is defined as 1 AMU is equal to 1 by 12 times the mass of 1 C612. You know, 12 grams is equal to number 1. We are going to find the mass of 1 C612. We know 12 grams of C612 contains carbon number 6.02 atoms. Okay, 6.02 to the power of 23. That is, mass of this many 6.023 to the power of 23 atoms of C612 12 grams. Therefore, mass of one atom of C612 is 12 divided by 6.023 and raised to 23. Equation number 2. So, instead of mass of 1 C612, mass unit is equal to 1 by 12 times the mass of 12 gram divided by 6.023. So 12 cancel from here. We are getting 1 upon 6.023. So this will be going to the numerator as 10 raised to the minus 2. So the value of W is we are getting 1.6 to the power of minus 24. Converting into kilogram 1.66 to the power of minus 27. So this is the relation between atomic mass and kilogram. And also joule is also not a convenient unit for measuring atomic mass, for measuring energy in the nuclear physics or atomic physics. So we employ electron volt. We employ electron volt for measuring energies in nuclear physics. 1 electron volt is the kinetic energy acquired by the electron when it is accelerated through a potential difference of 1 volt. And 1 electron volt is equal to 1.602 into 10 raised to the power minus 19. So, kilogram is not a convenient unit in atomic or nuclear physics, so AMU is preferred. 1 AMU is 1.6 into the power minus 27 kilogram. Joule is not a convenient unit in nuclear physics or atomic physics. Electron volt. 1 electron volt is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 1. Okay. Next is what the energy equivalent to 1 atomic mass unit. It's a very important simple question. It was asked. It was the first question in respect. And what the energy equivalent to 1 atomic mass unit? Find what AM and Y energy equivalent. Energy equivalent to 1 mass unit. So energy is equal to E equal to mc square. Mass is converted to energy according to Einstein equal to mc square. And here 1 equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27. So energy is equal to 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 27 so square from Joule. But we have to represent this in electron volts. Electron volt to 1.6. 9 into 10 to the power 16 divided by 1.60 to the power minus 19 so many electron volt. This one calculation getting a 97.25 electron, 10 to the power 6 divided by 5 electron. So 1 atomic mass unit energy equivalent to 1 atomic mass unit is 931 mega electron volt. This conversion is very important one in nuclear fusion and fission reactions. Energy equivalent to 1 atomic mass unit is 931 mega electron volts. So it is a standard conversion and you have to remember for this. Next, we are going to find out what is the composition of nucleus. So this is after the discovery of neutron by Chadwick. So neutron, you know, it's a neutral particle and no charge, and its mass is roughly equal to the mass of a proton. And this was discovered experimentally by Chadwick in the year 1930. While he was doing an experiment with alpha particles with beryllium, so Chadwick observed when beryllium was collided with alpha particles, some neutral radiations were emitted, and which could knock out protons from light nuclei like helium, carbon, and nitrogen. And he estimated the mass, and it was found to be approximately the same, almost same type of mass of proton, that is called. So after the discovery of neutron, if you say the neutron, it is actually, it's not a very stable. Inside the nucleus is stable, outside its lifetime is only 1000 seconds. A proton is very stable, a free proton is very stable, but neutron, a free neutron is not stable, its lifetime is 1000 seconds. But inside it is, inside the nucleus is comfortable. So what is the composition of the nucleus? This was given by Heisenberg after the discovery of neutron. If we consider a particular nucleus represented by X, Z, E. Z represents the number of protons, or which is equal to number of electrons. A represents number of protons plus number of neutrons. So number of neutrons in a particular nucleus is equal to A minus Z. Atomic number and is mass number. So this was given by Heisenberg after the discovery of neutron by Chadwick, according to Heisenberg hypothesis. A nucleus of mass number A and atomic number Z contains Z protons, Z protons, and A minus Z protons. So atom is electrically neutral, therefore number of peripheral electrons must be equal to Z, that is the number of protons inside. So we have seen the Rutherford experiment, the source of alpha particle. You make a question, what is the charge and number of neutrons in bismuth? The source there, bismuth 83,214. This was the source of alpha particle by Rutherford in his scattering experiment. What is the charge of bismuth nucleus and how many neutrons are there in this? Charge of bismuth nucleus. Z, number of protons, mostly charge. So charge of this nucleus is 83 times E. And number of protons, number of neutrons. Number of neutrons equal to 214 minus 8. Another nucleus I am writing, common uranium 92-235. It's a fissionable material. Of course, we are using the reactor. What is the charge of uranium nucleus and how many number of neutrons are there in this nucleus? Charge of uranium nucleus is 92 e and number of neutrons is equal to A minus 235 minus 9. So this is the way you can recognize the number of protons and number of neutron. Total number is given by mass number. That is number of proton plus number of neutron. Okay, next important point is what the size of a nucleus. Is there any relation between the size and the mass number? Will it increase with the mass number? Yes. Experimental verification from we see that the volume of the nucleus is directly proportional to its mass number. Volume is directly proportional to you can consider a nucleus of radius r. Nucleus of radius r of mass number 8. Exactly. Nucleus. The volume is found to be 4 by 3 pi r cube is directly proportional to the mass number. So r cube is proportional to 8 or r proportional to 8 or 1 by 3. Proportionality is removed by a constant. R equal to R0 into 8 power 1 by 3, where R0 is an empirical constant and its value is 1.2 Fermi. R0, 1.2 Fermi, that is 1.2 minus 15 meters. So nuclear size of order 10 minus 15. So R depends upon the value of A. As A increases, heavy nucleus, mass number increases, the size also will increase, and this is a very, very important relation. Many times you may get the ratio, find the ratio of the two nucleus. Ratio of the radius of the nucleus, you may get R1 by R2. You can so if you have two nucleus, first one is mass number A1, its radius is R1. So R1 equal to R1 A1 to R1. Second one is having R2, that is R0 where the radius R1 by R2 equal to A1 by A2. So this is the ratio of nucleus. What goes to? After the size of the nucleus, we go for the density. Density of the nucleus. The most dense thing in the universe is the nucleus. So how to find out density? So you are given a particular nucleus and this equation is very important. R equal to R1 to density. Density of the nucleus is total mass of the nucleus divided by its volume is equal to total mass. Divided by volume. So total number of nucleons is A, number of neutrons and proton A number, and the neutron mass is equal to proton mass. You can take it as small n. So total mass is mass of a single nucleon average mass into the number of nucleon A. So this is small n. Volume is 4 by 3 pi r. But r value 4 by 3 pi, R is known as R naught into A to the 1 by 3. Okay. So MA divided by 4 by 3 pi R naught A cancel. So you are getting M divided by 4 by 3 pi R naught cube. So nuclear density is independent of mass number. P's are a constant. So this is 1.66 minus 27 divided by 4 by 3 pi R. 3. You can simplify the value, and the nuclear density is found to be again 1 point value is given as a 2.29. This is on 2.29 10 to the 17 kg per meter cube, which is extremely high. 17. So you know the density of mercury, etc., is of the order of 10 to the 3. This is 10 to the 17 kg per meter cube. This is because the nucleons are packed in a small volume. 10 to the 17 kg per meter cube. So nuclear density, and very important. In this equation, we can see that there is no mass number independent of mass number. Means you take any nucleus, whether it is a light nucleus, heavy nucleus, subcut density same way. All are having the same density. So ratio of the density, nuclear density of any is 1. Small size, big size, anyone will make rho 1 and rho 2. So ratio of 1 by rho is equal to 1 because it is equal to mass number. Independent of mass number. Okay, nuclear density is independent of mass number. So ratio remains same. This was also part of the concept. Next, regarding different nucleus, when you say, can be asked for 1 mark type question, what are isotopes and isobars and isotons? Isobars, isoton. You may be given a collection of nuclides and you have to select isobars, isotons, and isotopes, etc. So you are familiar with isotopes, same 1H1, 1H2, 1H3, hydrogen, same Z, different thing. Helium 2He3 is available, 2He2. Next one, carbon, C610, C611, C612, 14. There are so many examples, one of the examples. Isotope, same value of Z, different value of A. Isobar. What is the unit of pressure regarding? So same A, different value of Z. The 2-3 pairs you are remember. 1H3, 2He3. First pair you can remember. And C614, N714. So these are isobars. Next example for you is isoton. Isoton means same number of neutrons. That is A minus Z will be same. You can calculate the value of A minus Z. For example, first pair example, you can write it as CCl 1737 and K 1939. They are having a number of neutrons underneath. One more pair I'm writing, and also you can see. 4816 and C614. Number of neutrons in all others are different. So this is examples of isotopes, isobars, and isoton. 1 mark question. Isotopes same Z, different A. 2-3 examples you remember. 1-2 pairs, and isobar same A, different Z. 2 pairs. Isoton Same number of neutron, A minus and 2 by example. If it is any collection, you can easily. But next, what is the meaning is that? So inside the nucleus, you can find protons, but they are closely packed. But protons are positively charged, of course, neutron, there is no charge. So there will be a repulsive force between the protons, but still they are very closely packed. So inside the nucleus, all the nucleons are very closely packed because of strong nuclear force which is existing inside the nucleus, which is a charge independent. It binds the nucleons, binds. For that energy is required. That is called binding energy of the nucleus. Can't say I know what is the definition and how this binding energy is formed to bind the nucleons. So inside of the nucleus, you are finding the nucleons all are close because of the nuclear forces there. That's attractive force. A charge independent exists between neutron and neutron, proton and proton, neutron, proton, the same strength. More properties you will see on the way. So binding energy meaning is that it is the amount of work done to separate them far away where there is no mutual interaction between them. That is the general way of defining it. So binding energy of nucleus can be calculated from the mass difference. Suppose we consider a particular nucleus. So we are going to discuss the binding energy. So consider nucleus X and A. So total number of nucleon is A. So if we calculate the mass, separate mass, suppose there are Z proton, A minus Z neutron. Suppose M stands for mass of proton and N stands for mass of neutron. Mass of neutron is slightly greater than that of proton. So calculate separately the mass of the total number of protons and neutrons. Okay, let it be any value, say small example. When they form a nucleus is formed here, and you measure the mass as y. You can see that the mass of the nucleus is found to be always slightly less than the total mass of the constituent nucleons. If this is 0.2 AMU and this is 0.19 AMU, what does the company? So there is a difference in the mass. This mass, we call it as mass defect, and the difference in the mass will be converted to energy according to Einstein equation, or that it will be calculated as the binding energy of the nucleus. So what I am going to say that when nucleus is formed, the mass of the nucleus is always found to be less than the sum of the mass of constituent nucleons. The difference in the mass is known as mass defect, represented by delta. Suppose M capital S stands for mass of the nucleus. So total mass of the nucleon is Z into N. Total mass of the protons plus A minus Z into N. Total mass of the neutrons we add. This is greater than the mass of the nucleus. Minus N in N. This is called mass. This much mass is, there is a difference. This mass is converted as energy. So according to Einstein, binding energy is 1 by delta mc squared. So binding energy is equal to Zm, very important, A minus Z, Mn minus M, capital M stands for mass of the nucleus into c squared. So like this, we can calculate the binding energy of all the nucleus. So binding energy, first is the mass defect, and this difference in the mass will be converted to binding energy that is used to bind the nucleon. Greater the binding energy, and greater will be the stability of the nucleus. The stability of a nucleus is mainly calculated by its binding energy, especially binding energy per nucleon means divided by K. Heavy nucleus, binding energy is less, they are less stable, So they undergo radioactivity. The radioactivity topic is not included for your syllabus. So this is the way how to find out binding energy, and so usually we calculate mass effect. Numerical way is first we calculate mass effect, and we use the standard conversion. One atomic mass unit equal to 931 mega electron volt conversion we use. Then we'll calculate the binding. This is the binding energy equation for any nucleus. You can calculate in this way. Some examples are given in the NCERT. You can go for just practice. So we can calculate the binding energy of different nucleus, and we can calculate binding energy per nucleon divided by mass number, and we can make a graph also that is known as binding energy curve. That binding energy curve and the related topics means nuclear fusion and fission. So these two topics are left in this chapter. So that will continue in the next class.